Welcome, my dear listeners. Stay with me to get the spoilers first and subscribe to the channel. Let's find out what's going to happen on The Bold and the Beautiful. Steffy fires Brooke after finding out a shocking secret. Secrets don't stay hidden for long on The Bold and the Beautiful. They don't even stay quiet for very long. They boil, pop, and then blow up in the middle of the worst possible conversation. The show's real story right now is full of danger like that. Taylor and Deacon are hiding a secret romance, Sheila is getting closer to the truth, and Steffy has already made it clear that she sees Deacon as a threat to her mother's safety. The episode guide and recent recaps from CVS show that the pressure is rising from all sides. When the rumor starts going around that Steffy finally fires Brooke after finding out a shocking secret, it seems like the soap is too good to be true. It sounds crazy, but it's also totally in line with the word when one bad choice can cost you your job, your love life, your family standing, and your dignity all at once. In a story like this, getting fired isn't just about work, it's about being unfaithful. It's about being loyal. It's about the old feud between the Forresters and the Logans getting new life from a scandal that has everyone on edge. Brooke and Steffy have been going around and around in circles about this kind of fight for a long time. In the most recent episodes, Brooke and Reese see something they shouldn't have. The same story keeps putting Brooke in the middle of family and romance. She has already been affected by the fallout from the secret that Ridge, Taylor, and Deacon are keeping that is getting weaker. If the wrong secret comes out at the wrong time, Steffy's anger will be directed at her. That is exactly what happens in this meta version of the story. Steffy learns that Brooke knew more than she let on. Brooke might have seen the signs. She might have thought Taylor and Deacon were crossing lines and stayed quiet. She might have thought she was protecting Taylor but not saying anything. But when Sheila got suspicious and started snooping around, things got worse. Steffy sees Brooke's silence as a betrayal, no matter what the exact reason is. Once Steffy thinks someone has crossed a line, she doesn't hold back. She goes right for the truth. The firing happens quickly, sharp, public enough to hurt, direct enough to make you feel bad. Brooke stands there ready for a fight, but instead she gets a cold corporate execution. She's out. Out of the room, out of the conversation, and out of Steffy's trust. It's not just punishment. Steffy is making an example for her. And in the world of soap operas, examples can make everyone in the company panic. Of course, Brooke is shocked. She has fought in too many Forresters' battles to believe she is untouchable, but being fired by Steffy after all these years is still very hurtful. Brooke may have argued with Steffy about Ridge, hope, fashion, and almost everything else, but being fired because of a secret she didn't fully reveal feels like a slap in the face. She might think she was trying to keep things calm in her mind. Steffy thought about Brooke was lying and letting Taylor walk into trouble. The main point of the fight is that one woman thinks she is protecting the other, while the other thinks she is going along with it. The difference is enough to start a war on a soap opera, and Taylor is the one who is in the blast zone. The real spoiler trail is putting Taylor and Deacon's secret romance under a lot of stress. Sheila is getting closer to the truth, and a near miss in Taylor's room makes the whole thing feel like a ticking bomb. According to Soap Hub, Sheila found out about Taylor and Deacon's affair on March 30. By April 1st, the site was already asking if Taylor's close call with Sheila would. CBS's episode guide later showed Deacon and Sheila having a heartbreaking talk about their marriage on April 8. This shows that the fallout from the marriage is already well underway. That matters because Brooke's secret is no longer a small one. Steffy won't think it's nice that Brooke didn't say anything when she knew Taylor and Deacon were sneaking around. She will think that it is sabotage disguised as sisterly concern. Steffy already thinks that Deacon is bad for her mother's peace of mind. According to Soap Central's April 9 recap, Steffy yelled at Deacon and said he had seduced his therapist. Taylor tried to defend him. That gives Steffy the perfect emotional opening to make Brooke her next target. Steffy can see the pattern. Deacon is a bad risk, Taylor is in trouble, and Brooke either knew or should have known. That's why the firing is so dramatic. It is no longer a decision made at work, it's a line in the sand. Steffy says that if Brooke cannot be trusted to keep Taylor safe, she cannot be trusted at all. In this story, the office is like a battlefield for the family. That's a classic, bold, and the beautiful moment. The fashion house is never just about clothes. It's where grudges turn into rules. It's where family problems become the way things are done at work. Brooke would probably be angry and hurt by what happened. For decades, she has thought of herself as one of the company's most important people. If Steffy let her go, it would feel like an insult to her history. She might say that she was trying to protect Taylor from something worse. She might say that Taylor chose to have a secret relationship with Deacon, not her. She might even say that everyone in this family has done much worse things than keeping quiet about a one affair. But once Steffy decides that Brooke had her chance and blew it, none of that matters. And Steffy wouldn't give up easily. Finding out about Brooke's secret would only make her stronger. This woman has already been shown to be worried about Taylor's safety, to be confronted Deacon, and to see Sheila as a constant threat. Soap Hop's coverage from April 1st to April 6 to 10 made it clear that Steffy is very worried about her mother. CBS's April 6 episode said that Sheila's biggest fear is confirmed. In that situation, Brooke's silence would feel like the last betrayal to Steffy. Everyone knew something was wrong, but no one stopped it in time. The firing also sets off an interesting chain reaction of emotions for Taylor. If Brooke is fired because of what she knew, Taylor will have to deal with the terrible question of whether the whole thing could have been avoided if someone had just said something sooner. That kind of guilt is just like soap. Taylor already knows that falling for Deacon while Sheila is still around is a risky move. If Brooke gets fired because of it, Taylor might start to feel like her happiness has ruined everyone else's life. Then there's Deacon, who would probably be very angry that his relationship with Taylor is now causing problems for people outside of the couple. That's the one reason why he is such a messy but interesting character on the soap. He always seems to bring trouble with him. The current recaps show him trying to keep Taylor calm while Sheila's suspicions grow. But when Steffy starts firing people, Deacon's whole plan for a quiet romance falls apart and turns into another family war. He might have thought he was starting a secret chapter with Taylor. Instead, he is back where he always ends up, in the middle of a disaster that one people think is his fault. The best part of this made-up story is that it still feels like the real one. Sheila is still looking, Steffy is still freaking out, Taylor and Deacon are still in a hurry, Brooke and Ridge are still in a path of something they shouldn't have seen. The only thing that changes is that Steffy decides that Brooke has gone too far and needs to be fired. This turns a private relationship into a public scandal and makes the office feel like a battlefield in a family war that never ends. And one, the bold and the beautiful, when someone gets fired, they are never just fired. They are embarrassed, made to regroup, and then usually brought back into the story with even more anger than before. Brooke would not be finished, Steffy would not be finished, Taylor would not be finished, Deacon would definitely not be finished, and Sheila, as always, would probably find a way to make the most of the mess. The current episode guide already shows that Deacon and Sheila are having heartbreaking talks about their marriage, which means that the fallout is spreading beyond just one secret romance. So, if you take away the tabloid language, the real story is simple. Steffy doesn't want to forgive. Taylor's secret romance is in trouble. Sheila is getting closer, and Brooke is exactly the kind of person Steffy could blame if everything goes wrong. The firing is like a declaration of war in a soap opera. It says that the secret is no longer a secret, the consequences are no longer easy to deal with, and the people around Taylor and Deacon are about to really start taking sides. That's what makes this story so hard to resist. It's not just about who kissed who or who knew what. It's about what happens when one secret can ruin a friendship, a family, a business, all at once. Steffy's answer in this case is harsh. Brooke gets burned first. And this is where the story stops being about a secret and it starts becoming a full-blown power shift. Because the moment Steffy fires Brooke, she isn't just reacting, she is redefining who holds control in that room. And honestly, I think that's the real shock here. Not the secret itself, but how fast Steffy turns emotion into authority. Because when anger starts making executive decisions, the fallout is never clean, it spreads. Quietly at first, then all at once. But here's what really changes everything. What if Brooke doesn't fight back right away? What if she waits and comes back smarter? And if that happens, does Steffy stay in control, or does she realize too late that she just created a stronger opponent? Because let's be real, Brooke has never stayed down for long, and humiliation like this doesn't end stories, it fuels them. I actually think this firing might be the spark, not the resolution, the beginning of a deeper divide that pulls everyone into sides they cannot escape. And with Sheila still watching from the shadows, this kind of chaos isn't just dangerous, it's useful to her. So now the real question is, did Steffy protect her mother? Or did she just push the entire family closer to another breakdown? And if Brooke decides to come back swinging, who will be standing with her and who will regret staying silent? Because some things about this moment feels unfinished, like the real consequences haven't even started yet, and when they do, no one walks away untouched.